tale of Scheherazade. And we chose that region because Nadia Shahram is our human rights speaker for this quarter. She's actually speaking to us in January. She's an Iranian lawyer and author, and her book is called Marriage on the Street Corners of Tehran. It is a novel about the struggles of an ambitious but innocent young woman caught in the practice of temporary marriage, a form of religiously and culturally sanctioned prostitution justified by a misinterpretation of the Quran. It chronicles the life as a fictitious character of a young woman named Atish. I'm reading the novel, and I was reading it. We'd already chosen Scheherazade, and then this is what I read. Bound and covered with a vivid and colorful jacket, the book stood seductively in the window display. I was mesmerized by Scheherazade's stories and loved it when Grandma Jamile read it to me. Grandma Tuba loved them too and described Scheherazade as witty, intelligent, and resourceful to survive the king's harsh punishment. Grandma Jamile emphasized Scheherazade's head-to-toe charm, beauty, and unmatchable cleverness. They were both right. I asked the clerk to give me a copy from the window. He protested, telling me the sun may have caused a fading, but seeing the determined look on my face, he relented. And as the clerk went to retrieve the book, I thought of how Scheherazade told stories to entertain, and how that entertainment enabled her survival. Stopping the flow of stories would have meant death for her. King Shahrazad had been betrayed by the queen, which drove him mad enough to behead not only his queen and her lover, but also all the virgin girls in his kingdom, after spending one night with each of them. Scheherazade knew no other way to stop the killings, and wanted to prove that women were not just created for sex, but were also intelligent, strong, and capable of surviving. What set Scheherazade apart from the other virgins was her refusal to become another victim. She took charge of the situation with creativity and wit, never for a moment letting the king suspect that it was he who was under her control. Night after night, for 1,001 nights, Scheherazade came down from her quarters to entertain the king. Her ability to tell stories earned the king's heart, but her wisdom to save the conclusion until the morning, thereby buying herself another day to live, earned his respect, and in the end, she also won her freedom. I wanted to be like Scheherazade. Scheherazade, freshman class.
And to give her the finest dresses and the most beautiful jewels. can refuse you nothing that is just and reasonable.
Then listen, I am determined to stop this barbarous practice of the sultans, and to deliver the girls and mothers from all the fate that hangs over them.
It will be an excellent thing to do, but how could you do it?
With this, Scheherazade begged her father to allow her to marry the Sultan.
What? Are you crazy? If you married with him, you will be dead.
I know this, and I am not afraid. If I fail, my death will be a glorious one, and if I succeed, I shall have done great service to my country.
No, I would never say yes.
But Scheherazade would never give up. She asked again.
And her father refused.
Then she asked for a third time. And to his great despair, the Grand Vizier was obliged to give way and went sailing to tell the Sultan of the news.
The Sultan was shocked and said that no matter what, it was the Grand Vizier's duty to take her life the next morning.
Whatever the cause, I will obey you. Though I am a father, I am also your subject.
When the Grand Vizier brought the news to Scheherazade, she thanked him warmly and told him that she hoped he would never repent allowing her to marry the Sultan. She then went to prepare the Sultan for marriage and begged for her sister to be by his side.
When they were alone, Scheherazade asked her sister for her help.
My dear sister, I need your help in a very important affair. My father is going to take me to the palace to celebrate my marriage with the Sultan. When His Highness receives me, I shall beg him, as a last favor, to let you sleep in our chamber, so that I may have you during the last night that I am alive. If, as I hope, he grants me my wish, then be sure that you wake me an hour before the dawn and speak to me in these words. My dear sister, if you are not asleep, I beg you, before the sun rises, to tell me one of your charming stories. Then I shall begin, and I hope by this means to deliver the people of the terror that is over them.
I have a most visual when you read.
When the usual hour arrived, the Grand Vizier conducted Scheherazade to the palace and left her alone with the Sultan, who bade her grace her vow and was amazed at her beauty.
But seeing her eyes full of tears, he asked what was the matter.
Sire, I have a sister who loves me as tenderly as I love her. Will you grant me the favor of letting her sleep in the same room, as it is the last night that we shall be together? The Sultan consented to Scheherazade's petition, and Scheherazade was sent forth.
An hour before daybreak, Scheherazade awoke and exclaimed, as she had promised,
My dear sister, if you are not asleep, tell me after you. Before the sun rises, one of my children's stories. It is the last time that I shall have the pleasure of hearing you.
Scheherazade didn't answer her sister, but turned to the Sultan.
Will your Highness permit me to do as my sister asks?
Yes.
So Scheherazade set forth to tell a story, and just when she noticed that the sun was about to rise, she stopped her story short.
I didn't finish your story. O great king, it is merely because of the hour. The sun's rays are piercing through the dawn, obliterating the moon. Your oath must be fulfilled.
But my dear Rabbi, I must hear in the your story.
Yes, beloved sister, what happens to your husband who killed his wife?
That is a mystery that only I can tell.
Then I will like to live another day.
So Scheherazade started what would become her nightly tradition. She would tell a story every evening.
And continued to right until the sun was about to rise. And because he was so engaged by her stories, he would postpone killing her one more night until he was ashamed of the garden.
And again. And again.
She told him many stories of far away and places quite near, of princes and sailors and human beings.
She told stories to the summer.
She told of Sinbad and how he had set sail and steered for his favorite swimmings by the Persian Gulf. In the course of the voyage, his vessel mutinied on several islands where Venus grew sold exchange for merchandise.
Sinbad had only time to seize a piece of floating wood when the the genie appeared before him. "O master," said he, "thy palace is finished. Come and see if it is built as thou didst wish."
When Aladdin had examined the whole palace and seen all the riches and magnificence it contained, he exclaimed,
"O genie, no one can be more satisfied than I am, and I should be very wrong to make the least complaint. But now I see that there is something missing from my new palace. It is something so important that I shall lose my head if it is not quickly added before the Sultan awakes. It is..."
And like 90 times before, the sun was about to rise, Scheherazade appeared face to come.
She told stories